When your haters say, stop outgrowing me, you can just tell them, start growing up. You know, you don't defeat the narcissist. I don't think you ever will and never could. They'll defeat themselves. The best thing that you can do to defeat a narcissist is to just live a better life and to give them silence. It makes them go crazy. They have no idea what to do and what to attack. I'm going to have to go to a different coffee shop now. At least for a little while, until things kind of settle down. I exposed a narcissist that works at the coffee shop that I go to. This person is relatively new, and there's no way that they're going to be watching this, so I'll just go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about it and my experience and just how to deal with this. These kinds of people, when they realize that they need you more than you need them, and that you are actually peacefully blissed out on your own in solitude, and you really couldn't care any more or any less about what they have going on in their life, they're going to try to make you feel bad for them. They're going to try to emotionally attack you. And if this narcissist is a she and she's a narcissist, right? She's going to be very masculine in the way she does this. Going to be very defensive, going to be very protective of her thoughts or ideas. And then the guy is going to be very emotionally persuasive and more feminine. Usually if they're a covert. If they're a blatant overt narcissist and they're masculine and they're male, and they're just going to really not be shy about making you feel like a worthless piece of crap or a worm that is just to be stepped on. These people are just evil. It's so amazing. It's amazing in a horrific way sometimes to watch these people, because it's like they're shooting themselves in the foot, and they know they're shooting themselves in the foot, and yet they blame you for shooting themselves in the foot. It's like they shoot themselves, and then they're like, well, you were the one that loaded the gun. Bitch, no, I didn't. I didn't load shit. I'm just here getting coffee. I'm just here to get my coffee and leave, man. I like the people that own this place. I think they've got good hearts. And now you're just stepping on everything, trying to get everything that you can and take everything that is useful to you. I played stupid in our last interaction. My interaction with this narcissist. I played stupid because I thought that was the best thing to do and kind of just ease the temperature, because things were getting pretty heated, and I'm all about de-escalation of situations. I'm not afraid to call people out, but I'm also not afraid to, I don't want things to get too out of control, because I know that this is still a professional environment, and you chosen ones out there, the people that it's been revealed to me that the people that get the most trouble for doing the most good are actually the ones that get whoa, that was a big piece of ice that just fell outside. The ones that get rewarded the most down the line are also the ones that have gone through the most trouble and try to do the most good. That's really what it means to be a chosen one, I think, at this point in time. It's understanding that targeting narcissists are a complete waste of time, and that you should have a sense of self-preservation and self-respect and self-awareness when talking to them, but also know that whenever you look a narcissist in the eye, when you see them for who they are, they just go into this weird attack mode. Like, I don't know exactly how else to describe it. It's like it can be passive aggressive, but it can also be very overt, right? And they hate you because they know that they can't grow, and that they don't want to look in themselves. And it amazes me, some people on the spiritual path that want to help other people with their own spiritual problems, which I think is a great thing. I mean, that's what I do. I do my best to give you guys understanding, knowledge, and insight about things on a variety of different topics. And I knew that I would never be able to help someone unless I was able to help myself and emotionally regulate myself, and to set an example that is actually worth something. And it's so funny how some of these people in the spiritual path can claim to be spiritual and end up being some of the biggest narcissists. And they only want people for their money. That's what it comes down to. So I advise anybody that is trying to get knowledge or insight from people. Again, I don't think you need a certificate, so I like to practice spiritual teaching. But some things to look out for when these people are just trying to get money from you or try to get something. The best thing to do is not give it to them right away and really see what their intentions are. People that legitimately want to help you don't really need you. They just want you there. They want you there. People that want to take from you need you, and they'll make you feel as though you need them in order to live, which is exactly what a narcissist does. The narcissist does not like to be revealed either. So they will do whatever they can to maintain their image. And when you give them silence or nothing at all, or when you let them know that, like, I can see you just as clear as the water running down my drain. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. People that want to manipulate you, more often than not, they're doing it for like personal, like they're doing it out of boredom. They don't have what it takes to look inside themselves. They don't even know what that's like. And some of these people that are on the spiritual path that claim to be spiritual, like practitioners, once they get to a point to where they think that they're ready to start teaching, oftentimes there's still some trauma left over that still needs to be healed. And the reason that I know this is because I knew I was, like, before I started my mindfulness workshops and my godlike savage workshops, I knew that I would never be able to start actually helping people until I knew for certain that I was healed. And I knew that there would still be narcissists all around us. I knew that there would still be people that are emotionally damaged around me. But I would do my best to find people that I'm compatible with, and that I would attract people that are compatible with me. And I'm glad to say that I've succeeded in that for the most part, specifically over the past few months. It's like I'm gaining a lot of momentum in attracting the right people, which I'm very thankful for. But these people that are spiritual, quote unquote, and that have too many, like, a lot of trauma to deal with, though, and they want to help people, it's like, you really are blind. You really are blind to your own sense. Like, you have completely misunderstood what it means to be spiritual. You've completely misunderstood the message of spirituality, and you're using spirituality as a concept for, or as a avenue to cheat people, which is just the complete opposite of what actually, like, what it means to be spiritual. Something else I've noticed recently is that the more I integrate my masculinity, the more I irritate those demonic spirits and entities of people that, specifically women, the more I irritate their demons regarding protection and providing. This is something I mentioned earlier in the video, but I wanted to talk more about now. It's that when these narcissistic women are overly protective and not submissive, or they're overly argumentative and not cooperative, these are the kinds of women you need to stay away from. Specifically to men out there, because I know a lot of men that have empathy and that genuinely want to do the right thing are going to attract these kinds of women, because women can sense this. They're very smart. And a lot of these very objective women, like objectively attractive women, that know that they're objectively attractive, a lot of them are narcissists. And the reason that they are narcissistic, as far as I can discern, is because they've been handed things their whole life. And to tell them no is like, they don't understand, like, they don't get that. And they have this kind of privilege of being delusional in some way. Not all women that are attractive are like that, but most are. And just most modern women are too. Like, they are delusional. and they expect, like, men have to live in reality. Men have to live in reality, and women don't always have to. Something I mentioned to someone I was talking to the other day was that women can be unconditionally loved by society, children can be unconditionally loved by society, but men, they will never be unconditionally loved by society anyway. They have to create the value that they have. And a lot of these objective women that were just given these looks by God, thinking that they just have to exist and they're good enough for anybody, especially like the top 1 to 10% men of the men in the world, it's laughable. And I've turned down really objectively beautiful women because I could see through the delusion that they had. And they shamed me for it, which is what happens usually whenever a woman is rejected, in my experience. It's like suddenly when men have standards, it's a whole thing. But it's okay for women to have standards and preferences. It's the girl that is attractive, but doesn't always, and she understands that she's attractive, but she also knows that she still, just as much as anybody else, can improve. That's the kind of girl to look for men. And I wouldn't even actually say look for, I would say create for men. And the way that you create it is by bettering yourself. Just within the last 2 years, myself personally, I've made leaps and bounds just by realizing how important it is to be physically fit and how important it is to have a purpose of some kind, have ambition, to have an aim of where you want to go, and to lead with confidence and competence. And the narcissistic women are not going to like that, because they want power. They don't want you confident. They want power over you. And it's just like some women don't understand that they really are throwing the baby out with the bathwater when they strive to be men. Just as much as women don't find it attractive when men are feminine, men don't find it attractive in women when they're masculine. And like this narcissist at the coffee shop, the lesson that I've learned here is never be too quick, or actually really learn when somebody is trying to stop you from just being who you are. This person was very good. Like she was very good. Yes, I'll say she's very good at how she interacts with people. And at first I thought that it was a very genuine thing, but this just goes to show that I'm flawed. And I didn't have that kind of discernment I needed. And that this was a person that was fairly high in the devil's kingdom, simply because she knows how to get men to do certain things. It's like, I think about it as like Cleopatra, right? Like Cleopatra was very good. She wasn't like the most beautiful woman, but she knew how to know what men want. And this just goes to show that, like, it's so important to be alert and vigilant. It's so important to remain stoic. It's so important to be objective in talking about reality. But then the mask slipped a little bit, and I called her out on it. Ooh, she didn't like that. But the difference between me and most people is that I'm a warrior for God. And if I see something evil, I'm going to expose it. If I see something that is destructive to society, I'm going to have something to say about it. And you may not like it. But what else can be done? This is a spiritual fight. And make no mistake, we're only getting started. So many people are not even willing to get started. It's up to us to hold the line, to move forward with dignity and integrity, and to be trustworthy in this world of deceivers and confusion makers. I hope this message brought clarity, and to anybody that is currently dealing with narcissists in their life, know when to walk away. And know that sometimes playing stupid can actually be beneficial for you. Reason being, you still get to hold on to your reality. Other times, it's way more important to just hold firm and hold them accountable. They don't like that either. But if you can hold them accountable while playing stupid, that's pretty smart savage. That's a godlike savage right there. So stay like a godlike savage. And move forward with confidence. Who the fuck cares if they don't like your confidence? Confident people want to be around confident people. And it is just fine to be confident. It's like, You don't think I can be, like, I'm not allowed to be confident? Okay. That's laughable too. So don't be afraid to be who you are, and the right people will be attracted into your life. Peace be with you. Till next time.